right, taking a little ride in the Digibug to pick up some stuff. There's a hardware store. It's like a chain here in the Midwest, a hardware store, you know, farm supply kind of thing. Going out of business, all of them. And this is the last week. They've discounted things 50, 80% off, and then you take an additional 25% off the final ticket. So going over there to pick some things up, see what they have available. I don't know about the rest of you, but I get the creeping sensation that we're in for some massive inflation. And I mean, I see it already. I mean, I've been seeing it in the wood, you know, in construction materials here for the past 6 months, but I think we're in big trouble. I ordered I'm in the Digibug. I got it all fixed up, got the new fender on it, you know, that got crushed in the accident, and so far so good. The old girl's running, but the blower fan went out, which, you know, blows the hot air or the cold air. You know, it's not a big component. There's a little resistor in there too. So I ordered both of them. And I ordered the resistor, got that. The blower fan, I ordered it once, and they came back and said, sorry, it's got a problem, can't ship it. I'm like, all right. So I order a different one, another vendor. This is off eBay. And the other vendor says, oh man, our shipment, you know, they messed it all up. You know, all the parts were wrong when they came in. So I'm thinking it's probably coming from China, and every one of them was spec'd wrong or something. So I'm like, okay. So I order another one, and it looks like it's going to go through, hopefully. It's an easy fix. You know, he's going to pull out the glove compartment and stick it back in there and hook it up. But in the meantime, you know, there are parts that you need for certain things that you don't get manufactured in the U.S. So when you can't get it, how much is that worth to you? How much is it worth to have the heat blowing in the wintertime or the air conditioner blowing in the summertime when it's only like a $40 fan, if that? Get it cheaper, but so $40, you can't get it. So I'm getting a little concerned, and I know other people have had this problem too. Ford trucks. I don't know if it's the F-150, which, you know, it's one of their truck lines. They're going to manufacture the trucks and let them sit because they don't have like a computer chip component that they need that isn't available right now. So they're going to build the trucks, let them sit, and wait for that component. So that truck is a worthless piece of junk until that component's in it. If they never get it, you spend a lot of money and resources creating a vehicle that doesn't run. All because of a computer chip that they can't get. It's a fragile society when you really look at it, this just-in-time delivery system. You know, and Walmart made its bread and butter on that. I mean, reordering things when it needs to be reordered, you know, automatically, you know, just made it a lot more efficient. You know, it's all computer-based, but it's all dependent upon the physical world delivering the product. And the manufacturer being able to produce it and have the raw materials and the labor and then shipping it over here, you know, because a lot of it's overseas. I mean, all that stuff has to work. And what happens if you have my buddy bought an RV. See, that's another, look at that. It's an old Winnebago. That's another thing, an RV. I think Bix Weir was talking about his RV. He's got it ordered, but they need a couple of, if I hear him right, a couple of components from China to finish it off. Kind of the same deal with the Ford trucks. But I think RVs are going to become, you know, it's kind of a tangent, but I think RVs are going to become very popular because it allows you that freedom to just go. You got your own hotel room, you know, you got your transportation to and from. Whereas you fly on a plane, and my wife and daughter just did, I won't do it again. I'm done. Uh-oh. Cops pulled over a semi. Got some action today in the small town. But he's overweight. See, there's my part. It's on that truck, and it's not going to make it now because he got pulled over. He's hauling too much stuff, trying to make it fit, make it work, get everything there on time. But I think RVing, you know, the whole flying situation with, in our viral age, let's call it, people are going to say, you know what, I've had enough. I don't need any of this, you know, being herded around like cattle. I don't want to be treated this way. I want my freedom. And I think RVs are gonna be pretty big. If people can afford them, I think they're gonna buy them. So rather than getting on an airplane, or getting on a boat where you got to prove that you've had the vax, or else you can't get on. Same with the planes. I think people are just going to say, forget it. You know what? We got a beautiful country. Let's get in the RV. Let's go to a park. Let's just stop wherever we want. Let's just take a look at all of the beauty that this country has to offer. We've got so many different landscapes and so many different, I don't know what you mean, not biospheres, but, what do you call it? I'm not a scientist. Environments. What the heck's the word for it? I can't even think of what it's called. But we've got so many different ones that I think people are going to say, you know what? We got everything we need right here. We don't need to be traveling across the world. I mean, we have a huge country that's unexplored by most people. So I think they're going to, hey, let's take it to the road. So all these things are kind of coming together. We're going to have I see where the purchasing power that we have is going to go down the tubes. And, there, let me send you $1,400. Okay, let me send you $2,000, $3,000, whatever it is. Let me extend your unemployment benefits and give you a little more money. So you're facing that economic crisis at this point, and there's going to be a sweet spot. If you're in cryptocurrency, there will be kind of a sweet spot to where, face it, it could run up and go to infinity because it's going to soak up all the garbage dollars. But at some point, if you've got one Litecoin and all it can buy you, like Cliff said, maybe it's a year's salary, but you can't buy anything for it. You make $100,000 a year. I think he used the analogy of, a government worker making $120,000 a year, and it might buy one Litecoin. But it doesn't buy you anything. It buys you, like he said, a couple of tires and 5 tanks of gas. And what does that dollar buy you? They're going to print so much of it that, people used to say, oh, I'm going to be a millionaire. Well, what if being a millionaire really doesn't get you very far anymore? It might buy you a mobile home. See, when you create all these dollars, they become worth less because there's so many of them. You got an unlimited supply of water. You live near a river. You don't appreciate it. It's not that valuable. But again, if you're living in a desert, that water is very valuable. So we're going to have a flood of money. So how valuable is it going to be? But there's that sweet spot in crypto to where it's like, oh, I'm going to wait for everything to go up. And, I'm waiting for that big parabolic, massive green candle on the chart. And that's when I'm going to take profits. This guy here passing. Nice, buddy. I tell you what, this guy is in my lane, trying to hit me, I guess, passing 3 cars. Wow. So it's all about timing. All about timing. So your cryptos may be taking off. Look at Theta right now, over $10. If you're in it, like a lot of people got in it, under $1, well under $1. And you may be saying, oh, it's going to go to 100. It's going to go 10 times. Well, it's already gone 10 times. And you got to think, what do you have in it? What do you need out of life? What if you need something right now and you can't get it in the future? Now, you may have Theta that's worth 10 times as much as it is now, but you can't get your blower fan for your digibug at any price. What good is it then? That goes for any crypto. I'm not picking on Theta. Theta's done very well. But you've got to look at what you need now and think, okay, can I source those materials? Like, I want to buy a pavilion or build a pavilion for Westwood 2021. I want to be able to have that done. And I'm looking at the cost of things and looking at the timbers, I got a 6x6s and, roof trusses and all this stuff. And I think, okay, it wouldn't hurt so much later, if crypto really runs up, I could buy some of this stuff. But then I think, well, what if crypto runs up and then the price of all these goods run up so high, or I can't get these engineered trusses, or I can't get the posts that I need? What good is it if I can't use it for real life things? Because that's what it comes down to. Crypto is, Litecoin especially, sound money for the digital age. Works great in the digital age. But you still got to live in the physical world. So if you can't use that digital money to get you things like food in the real world, then you got a problem. It doesn't matter what it shows. Just like stocks in a portfolio. Oh, the Dow Jones is hitting record highs. I've got so much money in my retirement. Okay, but can you use it today for things that you need today? Comforts that you need today? A blower fan so you can have air conditioning blowing on you instead of suffering in the heat? Vice versa in the winter, suffering in the cold? There are simple pleasures in life. You just need to identify what those are for you. And if you can accomplish those and build up those simple pleasures, you build up a much more pleasurable existence, a happy life. So, take a look at what you're doing with crypto and give it some thought as far as, what do I need in the real world? Because it's finite. I'm only here so long. Yeah, I tell you what, we got road crews out. I gotta watch where I'm going here. And here I am making a video while I'm driving. Got it on cruise control though. So you've got to live in the real world. And anything can happen. Something might not be available. So what good does it do you to have millions of dollars in crypto when you can't do anything with it? So it's very important to understand that and realize that, you know, as much as we are going digital, we're still physical human beings right now. We're not part of the matrix yet. Well, maybe not. We're not part of the complete matrix yet, to where our brains are uploaded into a computer program, and that's how we live. So given that, you know, take a look at those physical things that you're gonna need, that are gonna make life better. And if you can use crypto to accomplish those things now, even though it may be a better deal in the future, if everything continues as it is and everything you need is still available, but still take a step back and realize, wow, I could build a pavilion with the crypto that I've got now. Maybe that's a good idea. Or I could pay off my house right now and all that stress would go away. Maybe I should do that, or at least seriously think about it. You don't want to be in a situation where you live with regret. I went through the 2017 cycle. I know what it's like not to do anything and sit there and look at it and watch your portfolio go down 90%. I felt that. I know what it is. Don't put yourself in that position. You don't go broke taking profits. You got to look at what crypto can do for you, what any investment can do for you. And don't let that opportunity walk away from you, because you might not ever get it back. But we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity here with cryptocurrencies to change our lives, our physical lives, and therefore our spiritual lives in a lot of ways. So it's probably a good idea to keep that in focus. Not live too much in the ether. Realize you still got to breathe, still got to eat, still got to be around each other. So let's try and make it a happier place in the real world. And if magic internet money can make that happen, make the world a better place, make our lives better, and give us freedom, don't look that gift horse in the mouth. Just take it. All right, I've rambled about a lot of things. Boy, Dent is kicking it today. Dent is D-E-N-T, one of those things going up. Now, would I be chasing it right now after it's gone up 4 or 5 times in the last few days? Probably not. If you feel like you have to FOMO into it, just put a little bit in so you have a little bit of a stake and you don't feel left out. That's what I'd do. But I wouldn't be going all in saying, I'm selling all my Litecoin for Dent. People do not underestimate the power that is Litecoin. I keep saying that, and people say, oh, it's dead, it's not going anywhere, it's not doing anything. It's sound money. When the world wakes up to the disaster that we have running this country, and the reserve currency that is supposedly the US dollar, Litecoin will blow your minds. Because it's sound money, and people who are desperate for liquidity, desperate for a store of value, they're going to flock to it. So, it's always good to have a little bit of Litecoin. All right, thanks for listening to me ramble. It's a beautiful day. I hope you all love each other, hug each other. Just enjoy what God has given us. If you don't believe in God, enjoy what the universe provides. All right, love you all. Have a good day.